In the world of sister wives, a family built on secrets is about to crumble. Mykelti cuts ties with Meri in a shocking move no one saw coming. But that's just the beginning. In a heated Zoom call, Kody's shocking disregard for Janelle's feelings leaves viewers stunned. Will this be the final straw for the Brown family? Tune in to witness betrayal, heartbreak, and the unraveling of a family that once seemed unbreakable. Part 1. I never wanted it to come to this. But after everything that happened, I realized that sometimes cutting people out of your life is the only way to protect yourself. It's hard to imagine a world where Mykelti would turn her back on family, but she did just that. In a world where every interaction is scrutinized, and the line between love and loyalty can easily blur, one question remains: what happened between Mykelti and Meri? In the world of sister wives, family dynamics are always complicated. Kody, the patriarch, keeps his relationships with each wife and their children as balanced as he can. But what happens when the balance tips over, and one person feels alone in a sea of love? Meri was once more than just Kody's wife. She was a mother figure to Mykelti, someone who helped raise her alongside Christine. But over time, that bond seemed to crumble. What was the breaking point? Was it a single argument? Or was it years of built-up frustration that finally led Mykelti to walk away? Mykelti, it wasn't just one thing. Meri treated me and others in ways that I can't forget. At some point, I had to ask myself if this was worth the pain. I realized that I was constantly giving, but getting nothing back. Meri's actions weren't just hurtful, they were toxic. Mykelti's decision wasn't impulsive. It was a culmination of years of feeling mistreated and betrayed. The moment Mykelti decided to cut ties with Meri wasn't just about a single argument. It was about a pattern of behavior that left her feeling betrayed and alone. This kind of emotional abuse is often overlooked, especially when it's within a family. Mykelti, I never expected Meri to act like that. She'd push me aside, make me feel like I wasn't important. The last straw came when she disregarded my boundaries and expectations. She just didn't care. What Mykelti is about to share is a shocking truth that will change everything you thought you knew. Meri didn't just break her trust, she broke her heart. But that's not where the story ends. The moment Mykelti cut Meri from her life, it was more than just a personal decision. It sent shockwaves through the Brown family and beyond. Fans were left divided, unsure who to believe. Was Meri the villain, or was there more to the story? Meri's fans rallied behind her, defending her actions, while Mykelti's supporters stood firm, applauding her for standing up for herself. The drama didn't stop there. It became a public spectacle. But who's telling the truth? And where does the family go from here? Family is supposed to be a place of support, but sometimes, the hardest decision is to let go of someone you once loved. Mykelti's journey toward healing may have been painful, but it was necessary. Mykelti, it wasn't easy, but I know I did what was best for me. Sometimes, that's the most important thing. You have to put yourself first. What would you do if you found yourself in Mykelti's shoes? Would you walk away? Or would you stay and fight? Let us know in the comments below. Part 2. It started as just another conversation among family members. But when Kody joked about his own children, he failed to acknowledge the weight of Janelle's grief, and that's when the tension became unbearable. In the moments that followed, Janelle's face said it all. Her body language shifted, her discomfort palpable. But Kody, oblivious to the pain that lingered in the air, continued on, making light of his own children. Janelle, I just wish he understood how that felt. How could Kody not have read the room? Was this just a lapse in judgment, or something deeper? The Brown family dynamic has always been complicated. For years, Kody has balanced his relationships with his 4 wives, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robin, but his connection with Janelle has always seemed a bit strained. Janelle, the strong-willed, independent wife, has always been a little more reserved when it comes to Kody. While she loves her children and holds strong values, she's often struggled with Kody's unpredictable emotional responses. Kody, sometimes, I just don't know what Janelle wants from me. She's a tough one to crack. But this time, it wasn't just about communication. It was about a moment of insensitivity, a joke that ignored the emotional depth of Janelle's experience. And that joke hit a raw nerve. As the conversation progressed, it became more and more clear that Kody was struggling to gauge the emotional landscape. He began talking about his kids, joking about their antics, and laughing off their problems. But his words seemed to fall on deaf ears. Janelle's heart wasn't in the conversation. It wasn't just a casual conversation. It was a reminder of the complexities of their family. Kody's lightheartedness clashed with Janelle's deep sadness. Recently, Janelle had lost a child, something Kody didn't acknowledge, let alone address. What could have been an opportunity for healing became a moment of hurt. Janelle, you know, it's just hard sometimes, after what we've been through. And that's when it hit. Kody's inability to recognize Janelle's pain in this moment, to acknowledge her grief, felt like a betrayal in itself. The fans of Sister Wives had a lot to say about this moment. Social media erupted with criticism. The once adoring audience began to turn on Kody, questioning his priorities, his empathy, and his understanding of the people closest to him. Fan 1 on Twitter: how can Kody be so insensitive? Janelle's grief should have been acknowledged. This was heartbreaking to watch. Fan 2 on YouTube: it's like he's in his own world and has no idea how much pain everyone else is in. It's just sad to see. In the blink of an eye, Kody's awkwardness became a symbol of his emotional distance from Janelle. Fans didn't just critique the moment, they started to question the foundation of Kody and Janelle's marriage. Was this just a blip, or had the cracks been there all along? As the backlash grew louder, Kody tried to defend his actions. But his apology, if it could be called that, only added fuel to the fire. Kody, I didn't mean to hurt Janelle. It's just that sometimes I don't know what to say in those situations. I didn't realize it would come across like that. But the damage was done. Fans didn't feel like Kody's response was genuine enough. The apology seemed too little, too late. And for Janelle, the hurt was deeper than Kody seemed to understand. Janelle, I'm just tired of feeling invisible. It's like I'm here, but no one really sees me. As time goes on, Kody and Janelle will have to find a way to heal from this moment. Can they recover from this insensitive misstep? Will their relationship be able to withstand the emotional distance growing between them? The future of Kody and Janelle's relationship is uncertain, but one thing's for sure, this moment has left a lasting impact. How do you think Kody should have handled the situation? And do you believe he can make things right with Janelle? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. In a world where loyalty is a currency, Mykelti's decision to cut ties with Meri wasn't just a personal choice, it was a devastating break from the past. What would drive a daughter to sever a bond with someone who was once considered a mother figure? The answer lies deep within a family filled with secrets, tension, and betrayal. For years, Mykelti and Meri were close. At least, that's what it seemed. But behind closed doors, something darker was brewing. Mykelti's decision wasn't just about a single argument. It was about years of emotional turmoil that left her with no choice but to walk away. Mykelti, Meri was never someone who made me feel safe or valued. I had to protect myself. I couldn't keep pretending that everything was okay. As we uncover the truth, it becomes clear. Mykelti's heartbreak wasn't just her own. It echoed through the entire family, challenging the loyalty they all once promised. But Mykelti's emotional break from Meri is only one piece of a larger, more complicated puzzle. Enter Kody Brown, a man struggling to maintain control over a family that is slowly unraveling. During a recent Zoom call, Kody's insensitivity toward Janelle turned the conversation into a painful reminder of their fractured bond. In this pivotal moment, Kody's failure to read the room ignited a quiet storm. While he laughed off his kids' antics, he completely ignored Janelle's deep pain, particularly the grief she had experienced over the loss of a child. How could Kody miss something so important? Was it carelessness, or a sign of something deeper? Janelle, a woman who had been there for Kody during the darkest times, was now left to feel invisible. But could this moment be the tipping point for their relationship? Back in the Brown family dynamic, Mykelti's decision to cut ties with Meri was a direct result of years of neglect. But it was also a reflection of a family that had become too used to sweeping things under the rug. Meri, who was once seen as a pillar of the family, had slowly revealed her true nature through actions that betrayed her relationship with Mykelti. Whether it was the lack of emotional support or the moments where Mykelti felt dismissed, it was clear that this bond was built on shaky ground. Mykelti, it was draining. I never felt heard. I always felt like I was just there. That wasn't what family was supposed to be. But Mykelti wasn't the only one whose emotional needs had been ignored. Janelle, too, found herself in the same emotional storm. And when Kody failed to acknowledge her grief, it was as if her entire existence had been overshadowed. In the Zoom call that would haunt their relationship for weeks to come, Kody failed to acknowledge Janelle's grief in the most insensitive of ways. What should have been a moment of connection became an awkward, tone-deaf display of disregard. Janelle, I don't think he even realized what he said. But it hurt. It hurt so much. As Kody laughed off the humor of his own children's misadventures, the silence between him and Janelle spoke volumes. Was this just a lapse in judgment, or had their relationship reached a point of no return? Fans of Sister Wives took to social media in droves, expressing their disbelief and frustration with Kody's behavior. But the backlash wasn't just about one awkward moment, it was about years of emotional neglect that had now been laid bare for the world to see. Fan 1 on Reddit. How could Kody be so clueless? Janelle deserves so much better. This is a pattern of emotional neglect that can't be ignored. Fan 2 on Twitter. Kody needs to wake up. You can't keep treating people like this and expect everything to stay fine. The tension is so obvious. The fans had spoken. Kody's insensitivity, combined with Mykelti's break from Meri, had forced the fans to confront the uncomfortable reality of the Brown family's inner turmoil. But could Kody ever redeem himself? Could the damage be undone? As time passed, Kody and Janelle would have to decide if their relationship could survive this emotional rift. And for Mykelti, the painful decision to cut Meri out of her life would be something she could never take back. But in these moments of hurt, could healing truly begin? From the early days, when the Browns seemed like an ideal polygamous family, to the cracks that slowly began to form, Kody's relationship with Meri was never simple. Their emotional bond was tested over time, yet Janelle's loyalty to Kody remained, until that moment in the Zoom call. Was Kody's focus solely on his children, or was there something more beneath the surface? The long-standing tensions between Meri and Kody, and Janelle's desire for validation, come to a head in this moment. The moment the Zoom call aired, fans of Sister Wives flooded social media with shock, outrage, and disappointment. But the backlash wasn't just about Kody's insensitivity. It was about years of emotional neglect that fans had been quietly observing and now, with this call, felt they could no longer ignore. Fan 1 Twitter post. Kody has no idea how to read a room. After everything Janelle has been through, he makes it all about him and his kids. It's heartbreaking. Reddit forums were buzzing with similar reactions. Fans started discussing the emotional toll that Kody's actions had on Janelle. Could this be the tipping point for their marriage? Fan 2 Reddit post. Janelle has been the most loyal wife, but how long can she keep dealing with this emotional neglect? She deserves better than Kody's indifference. Kody's actions weren't just awkward or insensitive, they were emotionally damaging. Experts on family therapy and emotional neglect say that moments like this often have long-lasting consequences on relationships. Emotional neglect can lead to feelings of isolation, frustration, and resentment. For Janelle, who had already endured a great deal in her relationship with Kody, this moment reinforced feelings of invisibility. It wasn't just a bad joke, it was the culmination of years of emotional disconnect. For Janelle, this moment was the latest in a long line of emotional blows. Her loyalty to Kody was met with a consistent lack of emotional validation, and this joke was just another reminder of how disconnected he truly was. Janelle, I know Kody loves me, but sometimes I wonder if he really sees me. I'm not just a background character in his life, I'm supposed to be his partner. Where does the family go from here? With tensions running high, can Kody and Janelle salvage their relationship? Or will this awkward, insensitive moment be the one that breaks them apart? In a perfect world, this emotional disconnect would be addressed in a family therapy session. But with Kody's inability to read the room, would he even be willing to open up about his emotional neglect? Janelle, I don't need Kody to fix everything. I just need him to see me. To understand that I've been carrying so much by myself for so long. For Janelle, the question remains, will Kody ever truly hear her? And for Mykelti, what does it mean to walk away from a family member like Meri? The choices are stark, but their emotional consequences are even more profound. While we all see the dramatic moments unfold on screen, there's so much more happening behind the scenes. In the world of reality TV, it's easy to forget that the Brown family is still a family off camera, too. But what does it take to keep the family's drama on screen? How do producers manage these explosive moments, and what role do they play in shaping what we see on our screens? The Browns' real-life drama is often filtered through the lens of reality television. Sometimes, it's hard to know where the line between scripted moments and real emotions blurs. But one thing is certain, the tension in that Zoom call was real. Emotions are raw as we relive the moment Kody and Janelle shared on that Zoom call. The highs of past memories, the lows of Kody's insensitivity, and the painful silence between them serve as a stark reminder of what's at stake. The contrast in their emotions is telling. Where Kody sees humor, Janelle sees hurt. And for the first time, it feels like these two worlds may never reconcile. But just when it seems like the Brown family's rift couldn't grow any deeper, a shocking twist emerges. Kody, realizing the depth of his emotional neglect, attempts to make things right, but is it too little, too late? Kody's apology feels like an afterthought. And for Janelle, it may not be enough to undo the years of emotional strain. But will this final confrontation lead to healing, or will it push them further apart? What do you think about Kody's behavior in the Zoom call? Was this just a misunderstanding, or a deeper reflection of his relationship with Janelle? How can a family heal from such emotional rifts? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to know more about the fallout from these events, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for our next episode where we dive deeper into the sister wives' family dynamics.